Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Coach Heydrich Field at Manitowoc Lutheran High School for tonight's Level 3 playoff between the Cedar Grove Belgium Rockets and the Manitowoc Lutheran High School Lancers. Tonight with me, I have Logan Brooks, Josh O'Horn, I am Casey Stanzel, all alumni of Manitowoc Lutheran High School, and we are very excited to bring you this highly anticipated Big East Conference rematch in the Level 3 of the playoffs.
Yeah, a lot on the line here tonight, Casey. A trip to go to Level 4, something that some of these teams haven't seen in a couple of years. A chance to go play at a neutral site, and a chance to go play at Barry Alvarez Field at Camp Randall Stadium at the end of the month.
A lot of excitement in the air here. As you can see, the Lancer fans are pouring into the field here. Big matchup. This is a conference matchup. These guys played against each other in Week 4. Things are a little different now. It's a little darker, a little colder, a little windier. We'll see if that plays an impact into what these teams want to do tonight.
Before we dive in to tonight's matchup, we'd like to send a big congratulations to the Manitowoc Lutheran High School volleyball team who won their state semifinal match today against Barron. They will play tomorrow at 2:30 for the state championship against Luther Prep. Good luck, Lady Lancers.
Incredible to see all sports teams doing so well this even of the year. It's caused a lot of conflicts, I've heard, internally with time-wise, but it's just we're blessed by God here at Manitowoc Lutheran High School to have such postseason success, and hopefully they can take that into the state championship tomorrow, and then hopefully for the Lancers the rest of the season.
Yeah, stay tuned for halftime where we'll be interviewing two of the stars from the Manitowoc Lutheran volleyball team, asking them some questions about what this season's like, and getting their thoughts on how they feel tomorrow's going to go.
So yeah, stay tuned for halftime for that. Now let's move in to tonight's game. First, we're going to recap how each of these teams got here to Level 3 of the playoffs. First, Manitowoc Lutheran. They went undefeated in their regular season and now are here at Level 3. In Level 1, they beat Waterloo in a blowout game, 48-6. And then in Level 2 last week, they had a bit of a scare against Waiawega Fremont there for a second with 4 fumbles, but ultimately came away with the win, 35-22. For Cedar Grove Belgium, they finished 3rd in the Big East Conference. 2 weeks ago in Level 1, they beat Lomira, and last week they beat St. Mary Springs 40-7.
Yeah, just a couple of notes from that first round game was actually against Michigan. Got down early. Coach Schurz let his offense take over the play calling, specifically his quarterback in Carter Schmitz, able to come back and win 35-14, and then able to just roll through the, what do you want to say, prestigious St. Mary Springs last week. So Cedar Grove on a roll as of right now.
Yeah, St. Mary Springs is known for having a good football team. Many years in a row, they have consistently gone deep within the playoffs. Been a difficult game traditionally for the Lancers to beat St. Mary Springs, but Cedar Grove Belgium made it look almost easy, I would say. With a strong passing performance, Schmitz had 3 touchdowns and 191 yards through the air.
Now we're going to recap these teams' matchup back in Week 4. That was all the way back in September at Cedar Grove Belgium.
Well, yeah, Lancers took home the victory 47-14 at Cedar Grove. I had the privilege of being at the game, and that has got to be some of the thickest fog I've ever seen. So that really limited Cedar Grove's passing game. Actually, first drive, second half, Brody Weeding picked off Carter Schmitz, took it to the house. That kind of sealed the game for the Lancers. We don't have exactly those same conditions here tonight. A little cold, a little wet. See some players slipping out there. We'll see how that impacts Coach Schur's game plan coming into tonight.
Yeah, in week 4, Cedar Grove Belgium passed 27% of the time and ran it 73%, with 52% of those runs coming from number 23, Ian Hillebecknick. So expect him to be active tonight, getting the ball in the backfield, and we'll see what they try to do with him to get him open into some space.
And as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, these teams have both changed a lot over the course of this season. So do not expect another blowout tonight. This will be a close, hard-fought game that is won in the trenches of football.
Speaking of the trenches of football, let's talk a little bit about Cedar Grove's offense. The main thing that they try to do is they try to spread defenses out. They like bringing guys in motion, and most importantly, watch those guards. Those guards are going to tell you where the plays are going. They have very athletic guards, and they'll use them in traps. They'll pull them out for pitches, and then they'll also use screens as well.
Yeah, looking at that running back for Cedar Grove, Ira Hillblink, he did have the most impressive game from a yards per carry standpoint. He is, up until this year, the reigning Conference Player of the Year. Jay Minot won that this year. But Hillblink, he can run the ball, he can run hard, so it's up to the offensive line to create creases so he can get downhill and run over the Lancer defense tonight.
Another thing to watch for the Rockets is their explosive passing game. The combination of their quarterback, number 2, Carter Schmitz, and their top receiver, number 1, Griffin Knight, has been electric this year. Knight has 40 receptions for over 600 yards and 10 touchdowns on the year. Another receiver to watch for the Rockets is number 17, Owen Gulke, who had 20 receptions for almost 500 yards and 4 touchdowns. The strong running game from the Rockets really sets up their passing offense, so watch for that to be a factor tonight.
Yeah, looking at the last game the Lancers played against, specifically Griffin Knight, 2 receptions, 42 yards. Yes, that isn't many receptions, but that still shows how explosive this Rockets passing game can be. So, of course, as you said, Griffin Knight will be an emphasis of the Lancers secondary tonight.
Yes, that Lancers pass defense has been very good this year. Wesley Hecker kind of leads that passing defense. He has 5 interceptions, 2 that he returned for touchdowns. He did have one in level 1 of the playoffs that he returned almost to the end zone, but was knocked out at the 1-yard line. But if you ask him, he'll say he was in bounds.
And it would be interesting to know how much of that is credited to their new defensive backs coach, Evan Lishka. Evan Lishka is an alumni here and then played 4 years in Concordia, Wisconsin. I know he's been very involved with those guys, teaching them, kind of that next level of reading pass plays and getting into the right position, which has set up a lot of the big plays that we've seen.
Yeah, on top of that, Cedar Grove receiving core, you have to keep Schmitz contained. Just a little bit of story time. Played him junior year of high school. I kid you not, he had a scramble play that went for 23 seconds. So he has the ability to run. He's got the ability to find his receivers as they follow him. So keeping Schmitz inside the tackles tonight will be a big emphasis of specifically the defensive ends for Manitowoc Lutheran.
Yes, now moving to the Manitowoc Lutheran High School offense. As Logan mentioned, their quarterback, Jamin Ott, won Conference Player of the Year. He has a bunch of options from his receivers, Wesley Hecker being his main receiver this year, but also their running game. They run a strong veer offense that really runs to the strong side of the field. Lots of power running from these guys. The one thing to note tonight, their backup running back, Isaiah Muchka, got hurt last week and is out tonight. So we will see how the Lancers fill that hole on offense.
Not only his offense, but Muchka also plays on defense. So it'll be interesting to see what strategies Coach Hulls has in place to fill that gap of a true star on this Lancer football team.
Yeah, it's kind of nice having Muchka, being that kind of Robin to Isaac Wagner's Batman. Isaac Wagner, a first-team all-conference running back this year. But Isaiah may not get as much credit. He had a lot of yards per carry this year, scored many touchdowns. It'll be interesting to see how these backups in Josiah Martin and Trent Schupels fill in his absence, kind of help Wagner out when it comes to running the ball tonight.
Yeah. And as we get closer to kickoff here, we're just going to go over a couple of keys to the game for each team. First, for the Lancers, they need to run the ball strong, and they need to hold on to the ball. Last week, they had 4 fumbles that almost lost them that playoff game, but luckily they were able to pick it up and score late to win that game. So watch for them to run the ball a lot tonight, especially with the conditions.
Yeah, and offensively, the notes for Cedar Grove, Belgium, get the ball to Griffin Knight. 6'1", 190 pounds. He is a big body receiver. And then make sure you establish a running game with number 23, Ira Hilbelink. He's not bad. He's a very good running back. He might get overshadowed by the passing game. So, and they also have to get strong, consistent blocking from the O-line. It all starts at the first level. And as I said before, allow Knight to use his athleticism and take advantage of your mobile guards and the pulling guards.
And defensively for the Lancers, stay vigilant on defense. The Cedar Grove Belgium's play action is very effective. They keep number 2 Schmitz in the pocket. We can't let him in extending plays. And then Wesley Hecker and Noah Dillon have to lock down that passing game. And for Cedar Grove Belgium on defense, they need to know their assignments on that veer offense and the pitch plays. Anticipate runs to the strong side and then get to the QB on those blitzes.
That'll do it for our pregame show. We'll turn over to our PA announcer as we go through national anthem and player announces.
This is level 3 of the Division 6 playoffs. We ask you all now to please stand and remove your hats as our Lancer singers sing the national anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, let's begin tonight with introductions. Wishing to be introduced as a team, the visiting Cedar Grove Belgium Rockets. Also wishing to be introduced as a team, your Manitowoc Lutheran Lancers.
And there you have it, both teams rocking and raring to go tonight. The Lancers will receive the ball. Cedar Grove deferred their choice for the second half. So the Lancers will be looking to set the tone early on their first possession.
The special teams have played key for the Lancers this year. Watch. That's something that you have to watch from the absence of Isaiah Mushka. He's been a big special teams contributor. But these special teams have allowed to set up short fields for Manitowoc Lutheran. We'll see how they can start off on this first kickoff tonight.
And starting the game off strongly is such a key part, especially in these cold playoff games. I know, Logan, you've been in more playoff games than I was ever in, but what are these guys feeling as they line up for this kickoff?
It's a feeling of both anxiety and adrenaline, unlike any other. The cold kind of doesn't help either. But, just go do your job. Play for the brother next to you. That's what these guys have done all season, and they know that they have to carry that through tonight if they want to keep going in these playoffs.
As we are moments away from kickoff here, Isaac Wagner and Wesley Hecker are deep to receive for the Lancers.
kick of the leg from right to left, and we are underway in level 3. About the 7-yard line by Wagner. He'll take it out left side. Outside the numbers, along the sideline. They're going to rule him just around the 38-yard line. And that is where this drive will start for the conference champion, Manitowoc Lutheran Lancers.
I don't know about you guys, but with these weather conditions, I see a heavy running game coming from the Lancers. Expect runs early and first down and second down, trying to push that ball forward and wear this defense out.
Lancers kind of bringing it in with only 2 wide receivers to start this game. Wagner in motion. Snap to Odd. Veer. Shoot pulls up the middle. There he goes. Left side. 40, 35, 30, 25. He's still going. Oh, he's knocked down at the 2-yard line. What a start to the game by the Lancers.
What a great run there by Trenton Schupeltz. Found the hole, hit it hard, beat the secondary up the middle, and it was just a foot race. And he won that foot race, but he tripped up about the 10-yard line.
I don't know if that's what Coach Hulls was imagining when he drew up this first play last night, but I bet he's pretty pleased with how that went.
And that's a Manitowoc Lutheran Lancers.
That is the momentum you need in a playoff game right there. Lancer circle is bouncing just after 1 play from scrimmage.
And now inside the 10, the Lancers have a quick scoring opportunity here to give themselves an early lead.
Twins backfield here for the Lancers. Snap to Ott. Handoff inside, met right away. Tough run there. Nice step up there by the Cedar Grove defense as he just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Like you mentioned, Logan, a great response there from the Cedar Grove Belgium defense after giving up a big play like that. See if they can get a goal line stand here, maybe limiting them to 3 points.
Second and goal. Ball to 5.
Just about a minute into this playoff game, Lancers already inside the red zone. 5-yard line looking in, 2nd and 5. I can snap again, left side. Looks like Martin taken down right away too. Cedar Grove filling up right away.
Strong resistance from that Cedar Grove Belgium defensive line. They're getting through blocks and making it difficult for Jamin to even hand off the ball.
It's a really strong push there from Cedar Grove. Big third down here for both teams.
5-yard line, you still have some options. You can hit it with a play action corner to the end zone. Maybe a tight end screen. We'll see what they can cook up here as Noah Dillon splits out wide to the right.
Very heavy set here for the Lancers.
Passing play, looking for the slant. Does he have it? Yes, he does. Touchdown, Noah Dillon. Lancers go up 6-0 right away.
Great play design there from Coach Hulse. Putting Noah Dillon wide out by himself on the right side of the formation. That's a nice quick slant across the middle. Great ball there from Jamin Ott. Put it right on the number, and Dillon was able to haul it in for the touchdown.
And that's a great start for the Lancers. They line up for the extra point now, looking to go up 7 in this playoff game.
Martin, 49 for 61 on the season for PATs. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it is good. With 10-10 left in the first quarter, your Lancers lead 7-0.
Well, guys, what are your early observations? We don't have much to watch, but how are you feeling about this game so far?
That was not what we expected. We expected this to be a lot of time-burning possessions, a lot of, long possessions, really drive down the field, and first play from scrimmage goes for 50-plus yards. So not really what we expected at all.
That play by Trenton Schupeltz is a definition of next man up. You're starting running backs out. He comes in, hasn't started a game at running back all year, takes the first run over 60 yards. What a spark plug there by Trenton Schupeltz, number 7.
I agree completely, but I think the important part is Cedar Grove Belgium didn't give up. They gave up that big run and still made the Lancers earn that touchdown. They're not out of this game, and they know it.
Cedar Grove will look to respond here after that quick score by the Lancers.
Balls line up on the right hash. Waiting for confirmation from the referees. Looks like the far official gives the signal. We're ready. Left to right. Kick is deep. Looks like Hillblink's going to catch it. Right side. Oh, he's got a crease. Up the right side. Up the numbers. Push out of bounds at just about the 42-yard line.
That was a strong kick return there from the Rockets. He had a big hole to hit. Stiff-armed the guy on his way. Really strong return there from Hillblink.
And here comes the Cedar Grove offense. Again, watch those guards. Those guards are going to tell you they're mobile, they're quick, and they'll lay the wood on you if you get them out in space.
I think something to note, Aiden Krause making his first prep start tonight at corner in the absence of Isaiah Muchka, just a sophomore. Empty backfield here for the Rockets to start. Schmidt sends Hillblink in that orbit motion. Half inside Hillblink, up the middle. Dragged down there. Looks like Schupel's nice little gain of 5 to start the drive for the Rockets.
I'm going to see a lot of that from the Rockets. A lot of wingback formations, a lot of orbit motions behind the quarterback, and then a dive up the middle like that. They will take 6 yards on every play down the field if they can.
And like we said before, Hillblink's a big part of their offense this year, 795 rushing yards with 11 touchdowns. They want to get him the ball because they know what he can do with it in his hands.
2nd and 4 here for the Rockets. Orbit motion again to that right. They're going to dive that way. Hillblink slips just short of the line to gain. This is going to bring up a very short 3rd and 1.
And there you see the field conditions we were talking about. It rained about an hour before kickoff here, kind of making this field slippery, more slippery than it already is. So there you see the first slippage of the game. It brings up a 3rd and short for the Rockets.
3rd and 2.
Maybe a little bit of home field advantage for the Lancers. They play on this field. They practice on this. They have to practice underneath the lights.
3 receivers to the left. Hillblink in the backfield to start the formation. Under 10 seconds of the play clock. They do get a snap off inside. Hillblink, he did not get there. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Looks like Blake Ott was right there playing from his defensive end position. Decision time here for the Rockets, and it looks like the punting unit is indeed coming on.
4th and 2.
What a great stand there for the Lancers on 3rd and short, forcing a 3 and out after a strong kick return. They'll get the ball back. Wagner deep to receive the punt.
Ott getting a sideline hype. This is a big possession. Kick. It's blocked! It's blocked! He's going to settle down on the 15-yard line. Picked up. No, hauls off the top of it. Lancer football, 10-yard line.
Another big play from the Lancers. Blocked, punt, and recovered inside the red zone.
And there we go again, another great play by that Lancer special team unit. You know, they've been essential this year to this run. All these wins, you know, the ball bounces the right way sometimes.
Complexion of this first quarter flipped totally upside down. Instead of starting the drive at the 35 or 40, the Lancers are in the red zone for the 2nd time tonight.
1st and 10, Lancers.
4 receivers here for the Lancers, a little different than last possession.
Snap to Odd, handoff inside. Schupel's trying to bounce around, stuffed right away. Gonna give him maybe about half a yard on that carry. Brings up 2nd and a long 9 yards.
It's a pickup of 1 yard, 2nd and 9.
Coach Hulse here throwing a lot of different looks at Cedar Grove early, maybe trying to game plan and set up what he's going to do later with those formations. 2nd and 9 here for the Lancers. Another 4 receiver set.
Schupel's lined up on the left side of Ott this time. Little bubble pass the outside. Wagner taken down after about a gain of 2. Good recognition there by the Cedar Grove defense, as that's a play that Wagner has profited off a lot this season.
Yeah, you mentioned it. A lot of those screen passes out of that 4 receiver formation have gone to Wagner, and he's housed a couple of them. But there, another good stop from Cedar Grove on the first 2 plays of a red zone drive.
3rd and about 7 now. Lancers have some options, but they go with 4 wide out now. Maybe looking to advance the ball by air.
Snapped out, looking. Backside. He's got a man. Wesley Hecker, touchdown Lancers.
You saw it again. He made his cornerback slip, had himself wide open, had to fight over the cornerback as he was getting up to get over the goal line, and another quick touchdown for the Lancers as we aren't even halfway through the first quarter.
Martin on for the PAT. Let's make this 14-0 ball game. Snap good. Hogan looks like they're going to get a neutral zone here on. They are. They're going to get neutral zone on Cedar Grove. That should move the ball from the 4 to the 2.
And now we'll see what Coach Hulse decides to do here. They're talking about it on the sideline. See if they want to go for 2 here.
Isaac Wagner wants it. And it looks like he does not get what he wants as Martin remains on the field. Try to put the kick through. Snap good, hold good, kick is up, and it is good. With 6:30 left in the first quarter, your Lancers lead 14-0 in this WIAA Level 3 playoff game.
The Lancers have exploded out the gate as they do almost every game. You know, I hate to say it, guys, but this almost reminds me of the Wyoweka Fremont game where Lancers started off early, scoring quickly. Can they hang on, though?
Hey, that's going to be a big part of this. Can they maintain that lead? Cedar Grove has a very explosive offense, as we mentioned. They can come back from this at any time with a couple of big plays, just like the Lancers had. So it's important to keep your foot on the gas.
Another thing you got to remember, too, is the Rockets basically control the middle 8 minutes of this game. They deferred, so they get the ball out of the gate in the second half. If they're able to get a last possession at the end of this half, that's an easy 14-point swing that can happen in a matter of only 6 to 8 minutes. Lancers lucky to put the ball in the middle of the field this time as Martin lines up. They're going to try a little bit trick squib. That ball may be going out of bounds. He doesn't let it. They're going to pick it up. That's nice. Oh, there's a slip there on the far side by DeMarco, right side. At the end of the day, not the worst. Ball at the 42-yard line of Cedar Grove, as that's where they'll start this next drive.
And taking advantage of kind of the field conditions there, Cedar Grove Belgium advances the ball and gets it at their own 40 with a chance. You know, guys, I don't think I've ever seen something like this. 2 kickers on the kickoff team. Why is that?
Well, I think it's all started with Mr. Stanzel's brother here on the rugby punt and the double onside they tried back in Caden's senior year. As Hillblank goes in motion. Handoff inside, Hillblank up the middle. Slips again. It's tripped up weirdly. Still, call it a gain of 4.5.
So Cedar Grove not getting flustered, sticking to what works best for them. Light up power runs up the middle. 4 or 5 yards every play. That's what you hope for. You'll take that all day.
2nd and 6 from the 46.
It's been all Hillblank so far. 4 offensive plays, 4 rushes. As they fake a little bit of a pitch, Schmitz. Run around, you're going to try to throw in left side, way over the head of his intended target, Knight. It's 3rd down.
And there you see them trying to get Knight involved in the game. Cedar Grove's passing offense is going to be heavily involved around Griffin Knight. He is super athletic, kind of outmatches all the D-backs on this Lancer squad. So anytime you can get the ball in his hands, let him use his athleticism to make moves downfield, you'll take it.
Arguably starting to get into 4-down territory here for the Rockets. If they get about 3 or 4, you have to consider the option of going for it. As you're at about the 50-yard line. 3rd and 6. Schmitz in the backfield, or in motion. A little bit of a fake, right side. Schmitz throws it inside, knocked away. What a deflection there. Isaac Wagner.
Incomplete.
Great awareness by Isaac Wagner to get in front of that ball and knock it down. I think that would have been a first down easily. Great play by Cedar Grove Belgium to roll that quarterback out and get good blocks for him.
That play there reminded me of one of the other great safeties in Lancer history. My buddy here, Josh O'Horn, flying in there to break up that pass. That was a great play there from Wagner.
This punt held. Can we get another block? Oh! Near inches away. It looks like Wagner's going to let this one fall. Takes a Cedar Grove bounce at about the 30-yard line. Takes a rest at the 29. Lancers take over for the third possession of the first quarter.
25-yard line.
So 2 possessions here for Cedar Grove, 2 3-and-outs. Great start from this Lancer defense, stopping the runs up the middle, and some great pass defense there on those last 2 plays of the last possession.
So the ball is placed at the 24-yard line.
Yeah,
First
Coach
and
Halls and his
10,
staff definitely
Lancers.
prepared his team, anticipating what he thought the Rockets were going to try there.
Two receivers left, one to the right for Manitowoc Lutheran. Wagner sent in motion left to right as we see it. Odd play action up the middle. Noah Dillon, no one's there! Up the middle! 40, 35. Can they track him down? He's outside the numbers. 20-0 Lancers!
Great play call there from Coach Hulse. So the linebackers were kind of biting on that play action. Sent his tight end right up the middle. It was wide open, and he had no one in front of him as he ran towards the end zone.
And that's one of the things. Cedar Grove Belgium runs a 4-4 with an even front. That leaves one safety in the backfield, and if that guy's out of position, that seam is wide open. Coach Hall saw that and took advantage of it.
Well, whoever was Noah Dillon in fantasy this week is really happy. That's 2 touchdowns in the game for him already, and a big reception.
Josiah Martin on for his 3rd extra point attempt. And he nails it.
And the kick by Martin is good. So 5 minutes, 6 seconds left in the first quarter. Your score.
Well, up 3 scores in the first quarter. I mean, this is definitely not the start Cedar Grove Belgium wanted. As you can kind of see some guys, they're walking off the field a little bit less pep in their step. Don't think for a second, though, that this game's over just yet.
Now, it's a playoffs and anything can happen. A lot of these guys are fighting for their last couple minutes of high school football. They want to leave anything left in the tank, so they got to make sure that they put up a good fight. There's still 17 minutes left of this first half. This could very well be Cedar Grove 21, Manitowoc Lutheran 0. But that being said, Manitowoc Lutheran do not let off the gas.
Yeah, and obviously the game is played between the 2 teams on the field, but this is also a really, really good coaching matchup. The Cedar Grove's coach, Coach Schreurs, has had a very successful career with Cedar Grove. So these 2 coaches are also going head-to-head scheme-wise here, and so far Coach Hulse is winning that battle.
Right hash kick again here for Martin. As now they're going to let Oliver Steves take the squib, and that'll give Cedar Grove the ball at their own 38-yard line. Well, 3 kickoffs, 3 kickers. Did not have that on my bingo card tonight.
Yeah, I don't know about how your high school fantasy football team's doing, Logan, but how can you anticipate 3 kickers kicking it off?
I didn't even know they had that in their bag, I'll be honest. I had no idea that was even an option for this Lutheran team, but that just goes to show the depth. You just take a look at the sidelines, so many kids. I know your dad, Josh, was saying this a couple weeks ago, but 6 years ago, it was maybe a fifth of this size, but now this program has grown to great heights as they throw left side to Hillblink, up the left side, out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it. They'll mark him short. This goes to show the success of the Lancers this year.
Yeah, and that's definitely something to watch. Questions, as the Lancers go into the playoff with the success they've had in the regular season. Some of these starters haven't played the second half, but now, in the playoffs you're playing good teams, so these guys got to play the whole 4 quarters.
And there you see the Rockets getting the ball quick to Hillblink on the outside rather than running up the middle. The middle's been kind of stuffed up for them, so maybe getting the ball to the outside might be part of their game plan now.
Schmitz empty back again. Motion to the right. A little bit of a Larry Fitzgerald play there to Hillblink. Lancers see it, but not before he gets the first down. Aiden Krause over there as well as Josiah Martin. Brody Weeding, And that moves to 6 for the first time tonight for the Rockets.
And for Aiden Krause, can you think of a bigger moment to start your varsity career than level 3 of the playoffs?
Yeah, he was a freshman last year that unfortunately hurt his knee during the football season and missed the rest of his sports. So this is kind of his first year getting on the football field and now starting a level 3 playoff game. Might have mentioned the school's first level 3 playoff game.
Little speed option to the right. Schmitz keeps it himself. He's up the field. Another first down, Cedar Grove. As Schmitz able to fake out that speed option.
Schmitz with the carry.
As you kind of said earlier, Cedar Grove is trying to get the ball to the outside. Looks like it's working for them, using their speed to their advantage out there.
They've got a big quarterback, a big running back, and some really big receivers that are really good at blocking. So getting the ball to the outside kind of gets where they have an advantage in the size game against the Manitowoc Lutheran Lancer D-backs.
2 receivers right, 2 to the left for Cedar Grove. Hillblink, motion to the right. Larry Fitzgerald play again, up the middle. Lancer see it again. As that is, looks like Wes Hecker coming in, making a stop for only about a yard.
Knapp with the carry.
One thing that's impressed me about Manitowoc Lutheran this year is their ability that they have all hats of the ball on every single play. You just see red rushing to the ball every single defensive snap for them, and that's really a mindset that is set by the coaching staff.
That was one of the big things Coach Hokemuth wanted to emphasize. Even if you're just a 10th guy hopping on the pile, just be there. In worst case scenario, Lancer's proving it right there. 2 left, 2 to the right here for Cedar Grove. Schmitz takes a snap. Looking left side. Scott Hillblank on a little curl pattern. Aiden Krause making a tackle after about a gain of 5.
Aiden Krause kind of getting targeted here. Maybe they see that he's a new back there. They've gone his way a couple times now, but hey, he stepped up and made the plays.
Another 3rd down here for Cedar Grove.
And we want to thank everyone watching tonight. Looks like we got about 500 viewers. So we appreciate you showing your support for the Lancers tonight.
Schmitz, empty backfield, 3 to the right, 2 to the left on this crucial, and there's a false start. First penalty of the game, that is a backbreaker. Makes it a very hard conversion opportunity here for the Rockets.
Just a mental mistake there and a crucial down as they're trying to come back from this big deficit. Just digging themselves an even bigger hole, but we'll see. This explosive offense might have something up their sleeve here to get out of this.
If you do get a gain of 4, 5, 6, you could consider going for it on 4th. It's just hard to convert on a 4th and 10, excuse me.
I think down 21, this is definitely 4th down territory. Takes the snap. Attempted to escape the pocket, but Lancers were right there to trip him up.
And right in the middle of that, number 72, Colin Rounds, a senior keystone of this Lancer defense, has been a monster on the line all year and kind of got his hand in there to trip up Schmitz as he was trying to escape the pocket.
Rounds, a 4-year journeyman, starting at center as a freshman. Amazing year for Colin, both offensively and defensively. 3rd punt of the night here. Kick is up. That might go through the back of the end zone. And it does. Lands about the 1, goes past the goal line. Smart move there by Wagner. Ball will come out to the 20-yard line of Manitowoc Lutheran.
Lancers will start at their 20-yard line.
And taking a look down to the sideline, looks like Blake Otts tonight might have been cut a little short. He has a sling on his left arm. Unfortunate for the junior. Big key on that defensive line. We'll see how they go without him forward.
Yeah, and Blake had that big play early in the game, big defensive stop. So while he might be out, it really relies on that next guy to step up and keep making plays.
That also takes another tight end option away for the Lancers. So just making sure they got to keep Dylan and Weeding healthy. 1st and 10, Lancers. Snap to Ott, run to the right. Nice little run there for Wagner, gain of 4. I meant to mention this earlier. Wagner is looking to make Lancer history tonight as the, I believe, 5th Lancer to eclipse 1,000 yards in a season.
Just a great season from Wagner. A hard runner. He might be a little undersized back there at running back, but man, does he run hard.
If you guys had to guess, who was the last 1,000-yard rusher for the Lancers?
Was that Evan Lishka?
You were close. Lishka got about 900 yards. It was actually Stout, Brock Stout, 2017. Left side, Shrewpell's bouncing off the tackle. Give credit to Cedar Grove. They have stepped up and filled off of the first level blocks.
Except for a couple big plays, the Lancers have had troubles getting the ball moving down the field. This Cedar Grove defense is tough, and they're going to show you right up in your face, right on that defensive line.
Lancers have faced third down only twice so far, and they have converted both times, both for touchdowns. So we'll see what Coach Hulse has up his sleeve here for this third down.
Lots available here. You saw that play action right down the seam to Dylan. Also the out routes. Or this O-line's played so well, you could run it here as well. Many options at Hulse's disposal. Snap, and we're gonna get a false start. Yep, false start on the Lancers. First penalty of the night comes with 38 seconds left in the first quarter. There could be worse things happening, say that.
Yeah, Cedar Grove was showing blitz there and got one of the linemen to jump early. But if you're Cedar Grove, you have to start blitzing here and start getting some plays to go negative. Can't afford to give up a third down like that, especially now that it's third and long.
Think they're wondering if they had the option to run a play. I think they have to with the penalty setting the play clock to 25 seconds. They'll try to get one last play off here in this first quarter. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Quick snap, roll out right for Ott. Looking middle. He's got Wagner down at about the 30-yard line. We'll see. Might have given a little grace on that slide.
Yeah, looks like they spotted it as a first down, so first down for the Lancers. Keep this drive going.
Might have gotten a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. Looks like Wagner fell down to 30, slid to about the 32, going to give him about a yard.
And with that, we will end the first quarter with the Lancers 21, Rockets yet to score.
With your score, the Manitowoc Lutheran Lancers 21.
Full sports coverage on Lancer Broadcasting is brought to you in part by Matchpoint Performance Center. At Matchpoint Performance Center, we are committed to delivering exceptional training in volleyball, basketball, softball, soccer, fitness, and golf for athletes across all skill levels. We offer day passes and monthly memberships for the services at our facility, which includes basketball shooting machine cages, pickleball, fitness center, gym, golf simulators, and recovery room. Our mission is to enable athletes to reach their maximum potential through personalized training designed to help you achieve your personal goals. Lancer postseason action is brought to you by B&B Metals. Do you have metal waste? Do you have a junk car? Head on over to www.bnbmetals.com to learn everything you need to know about B&B Metals for all your metal needs. Here you can find all the services that we offer. Or stop in our shop in Pioneer Road in Newton, Wisconsin. Our phone number is 920-693-8261. 920-693-8261.
Welcome back to Coach Heydrich Field at the start of the second quarter. Lancers just converted at the end of the first quarter. New set of downs here from 31-yard line. Spins it inside. That looks like Wagner struggles. Hard run for about a yard. 2nd and 9.
And during the break, we were just talking. It looks like we don't know ball. We thought this was going to be a close game, but, you know, Lancers are up 21, but let's remember those came off of some big plays. Big long run to start the game, long seam pass, and then a blocked punt.
12-32.
Yeah, Ott could not have had a better quarter. 4 completions on 4 attempts for 89 yards and 2 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns, excuse me. Play action here. Ott, left side, just over the head of Noah Dillon. Why did I say the 4 for 4?
Incomplete.
It'll bring him 3rd down and long.
Yeah, he had his man open there, just overthrew him a little bit. We'll see if they go back to that play later in the game. So after converting a long 3rd down, the Lancers find themselves with another long 3rd down here.
And run doubles to both sides. Middle of the field, so no real strong side here on this 3rd and long from the 32. Ott, 5-step drop, looking left side. Nice deflection there, good defense. And No indication yet.
Waters with the defense. 4th down.
They're definitely talking about their options down there. And it looks like Shootpels will be heading back there to punt as he warm up his leg.
Looks like Lancers are about to punt this ball away. That gives great field possession for the Rockets. Really good chance to put together a drive and put some points up on the board.
Cold night. This might be like a cinder block for Shootpels to kick, as they need Josiah to make the full 11 on this 4th and 9. Looks like the Cedar Grove returner is going to set up about the 35-yard line. As Lutheran High burns a timeout, play clock winding down. That's the first of the half.
Yeah, it didn't have the right personnel out there. Look, they were missing someone that came on late. To receive this punt is going to be number 1, Griffin Knight. Lancers have held him pretty quiet in the first quarter, but any chance he has a ball in his hands is a chance for him to make something happen in this game.
And just kind of looking at the U.S. flag there on the corner of the field, looks like the wind's starting to pick up again. Reports show that wind could be as high as 10 miles per hour later this night. So I'd say look to see how that affects the passing game for both teams.
Little news out of Darlington in the southwest corner of the state. Darlington leads Belleville 21-7. Winner of that game will play the winner of this game in level 4. Shootbells takes a snap. Punt is up. End over end. Takes a Lancer bounce, and that's just going to keep rolling to call it the 28-yard line of Cedar Grove, and that's where their next drive will start.
Ball at about the 28-yard line.
Cedar Grove, Belgium had some success success on that last drive, getting the ball to the outside, a couple screen passes and motion plays to set up a couple big plays and get a few first downs.
We'll see, he got 2 receptions last possession. Let's see how Hillblink is involved in the passing game on this drive. 1st and 10 from the 28 of Cedar Grove. Schmitz, empty backfield, takes a snap. Scrambling, Welch hurrying him, slides it to the ground. What a sack there by number 66, Levi Welch.
Great pursuit there by Levi Welch. We mentioned before, Carter Schmitz is going to get out of the pocket early and often, and they had to contain him, and Welch did just that, setting his edge, not letting him get around, and pursuing him all the way back to it looks like about the 13-yard line, so a loss of 15 yards on that play.
After that loss of 15, the ball is at the 13-yard line. 2nd and 25.
Big sack there from Welch. He had a hurry earlier in the game as well. That's 2 QB pressures by the junior. Cedar Grove going to try to recoup and make this a 3rd and manageable.
Empty backfield set. Looks like they're looking to pass here. And I was wrong. It's a run to Hillblink. And not much there for him. Gain of about 1 or 2. Bring up 3rd and very long.
Hillblink not utilizing north and south as much tonight. Lots of east and west, and that's understandably so out of that orbit motion. Kind of has him going that way. But all you're doing here on this play is just giving breathing room for your punter.
The Lancers have been playing a 3-5 defense. That allows those linebackers to stay pretty mobile, and Coach Hulls mixes in blitzes from time to time, keeping things unpredictable. Snap back, over the middle, there's that screen pass. Breaks the tackle, and looks like he got back to the original line of scrimmage. That'll set up a 4th down.
At the end of the day, that's a victory for Cedar Grove. They give themselves punting room, and in all reality, it's just the same as throwing 3 incompletions.
And one thing to watch after that sack on 1st down, quarterback Carter Schmitz kind of got up a little gingerly after that. We'll see how that affects him the rest of this game.
In the cold, these hits can mount a little harder. There's the punt up. What a nice kick. Wagner going to receive it. He muffed it. Able to make a man miss. There he goes, left sideline. Still going. Up to the 50. Way to make something out of nothing. Number 1, Isaac Wagner. As he is slow to get up. Maybe he's got the wind knocked out of him, but
coaches seem to be checking him out. He's on the Lancer sideline. took his helmet off. In around though, we'll take a look at him, but the Lancers are starting on defense right around the 50-yard line. I really didn't think he was going to get out of there, but he really made a lot out of that bad muffed pump.
We'll see how having two backup running backs in will affect this offense. Shrewpels proved me on the first play of the game. It doesn't matter much. 1st and 10, Lancers 50-yard line. Inside run. Strong little run there by Martin. Call it a game in 2.
And, we call these guys our backup running backs, but, they're just as good as any other running back. They handle the ball well, they keep it safe, and they run hard.
Looks like Wagner's going to be okay in the sideline. Had about 3 rockets that kind of pushed him out of bounds and kind of fell on top of him. Looks like he just got the wind knocked out of him, trying to catch his breath down there.
2nd and 8. 2 running backs again for Mantle Lutheran, 2 wide receivers. Snap to Ott, left side run again. Shrewpels, left side. Drags a man about 9 yards. Trent Shrewpels. What a run.
Tackled by Anzia.
Very strong run there by Shrewpels. And like you mentioned, the next minute mentality has really been an effect here for the Lancers. All of them have really stepped up in any position they've been asked to do. And that run right there is a really strong one from Shrewpels.
And I think definitely in this first half, the Lancers have answered some of our first questions. What would the Lancers do in the absence of Muchka? Well, it looks like Shrewpels is going to step up. It's his moment to shine, and he's taking full advantage of it.
Shrewpels currently averaging 18 yards a carry as we speak. Get it to him again. Oh, Jamin took a shot. Fans are getting angry. That is a completely legal play there by Cedar Grove. If the quarterback is faking the dive, they're allowed to get hit. A little high there by Cedar Grove, and Coach Hulse wants to protect his quarterback.
3 will bring up 2nd and 7.
No, they are allowed to hit if he fakes the dive, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, in that situation, the quarterback is considered a runner and should be treated as, because if he pulls the ball, he doesn't get special protection just because he's got the number 10 on his chest.
Run inside, Martin up the middle, breaks it, beats the safety. Is he in? He is! Josiah Martin takes it to the house. 27-0 Lancers.
Josiah Martin, the 4th-string running back on this Lancer team, with a 28-yard touchdown run. What a play from him! And now he's going to go in and kick their extra point.
Really talented guy there, both using his legs to run the ball and using his legs to kick it.
Looking to make this a official 4-score game here. Ott lines up for the snap. Snap, good hold, good kick is up. And it is good. 7:03 left in the first half. Lancers 28, Rockets nothing.
I don't know about you guys, but I think the Lancers' plan for this game is pretty obvious. Punch the life out of the Rockets early. Don't let them get started. Otherwise, this could become a real shootout.
Wagner still on the bench, helmet off. Might just want to give him some rest. No urge to get him back in the game immediately, being up 28 points. If there's a time for Cedar Grove to get fired up, it's right now. No time better than the present.
And you said it, Logan, they're running out of time in the first half. Even though there are 7 minutes yet, being down 4 score is not somewhere you want to be going into half.
But do remember, Cedar Grove does get the ball out of half, so if they can make some halftime adjustments and come out strong to start the second half, they might be able to turn this football game around. See if they can start with this possession here, maybe close out the half of the score.
And Lancers line up for a kick. No idea what they're going to do. Could be anyone's guess. Looks like
screw up the middle. Hillbling's going to pick it up around the 25-yard line. Going to run it left. Uses his box out the middle. Oh boy, Hillbling left side. 2 men to beat, and he gets knocked out of bounds. right around 44-yard line of Manitowoc Lutheran.
Another kickoff save by Aiden Krause. Remember earlier when Knight had an end around, Krause was there with the angle pursuit to knock him out of bounds before he might have scored there, and there he was again on Hillbelink, knocking him out on the Lancer side of the field.
Hillbelink with another great return. All game he's been putting the Rockets in good position to score. They just have to convert those first downs and get near the end zone.
Another empty backfield for Cedar Grove here. Schmitz rolls out left, and he's going to keep it. He's got some room on the sideline, and he comes up just about 2 yards short of the first down.
Maybe on an injury update, Noah Fictum is currently getting taped on the sideline. He has dealt with ankle issues over the past couple of years. Hopefully just a tape job and nothing more, but in case he is feeling some soreness, that is not what you need going into level 4 next week, gentlemen.
Yeah, definitely. One of these teams will be advancing, and this late in the season, injuries do play a factor. These guys are tired. They've played week after week, practice after practice, and that takes a toll on you. It doesn't matter how old you are, even if you're only 16.
Inside Hillbelink driving forward. Leaves about a gain of 3. Maybe about 4 to go, 3.5, around there.
Evan Wagner with the tackle.
Evan Wagner getting his name called. Got significant time on the varsity last year as a freshman, being a big contributor on the D-line this year as well.
Third and long, 3.
Third and 3 here for the Rockets. Another empty backfield. 5 receivers split out.
Hand off right. Hillbelink met at the line of scrimmage again. This Lancer defense came to play.
Colin Rounds there with the stop again in the backfield.
Well, what do you guys think? Down 4 scores, ball at your own 40, 4th and 3. What's the play call here?
4th and 4.
I think a roll-out pass to that wide side to the right. Use Schmitz's ability to scramble and allow your offense and your wide receivers to find gaps in the secondary.
Big 4th down here for the Rockets. Schmitz and Hillbelink in the backfield. 3 receivers to the right, and looks like we're going to have a timeout called by Cedar Grove, Belgium.
They didn't like what they saw on that one, giving it a chance to think it over. I still say they go for it, though.
100%. Still have to go for it here. Can't let this game get too out of hand where you can't come back in the second half, so have to start taking some chances here.
2 timeouts left for the Rockets. We'll see how they play this. If they were to get the first down, they need a quick score, and 3 now for the Lancers. They want another chance to score this half, but at the outlook right now is looking like it's going to be a max of 7 points for Cedar Grove in their best case scenario.
Yeah, as it stands, getting shut out is not where they want to be at all. Coach over there is trying to fire his guys up. You're down 28, but you can't give up. Look how hard you worked to get here. You don't want to get shut out in a playoff game.
For this 4th down, Wagner has re-entered the game. Looks like he just was able to catch his breath and is back in here now for this big 4th down.
3 receivers right, 1 to the left, Hillbelink in the backfield. See what Schurz puts up here. Play action Hillbelink. Schmitz looking. Right side, over the head. He had a wide open receiver off the numbers. Missed them. Lancer football.
The Lancers will take over on down.
Great play call there from Coach Schurz. He had a man deep, actually, number 15, Owen Gulke, but didn't see him. Went to his over-reliable Griffin Knight and overthrew him there.
Truly a missed opportunity by the Rockets there. They're going to have to put up a stop here. Time's winding down, and they need the ball back.
Yeah, 2 timeouts at your disposal. Don't have to start burning them yet, but would be nice to maybe get a 3 and out if you're Cedar Grove. Little. They got tackled at the mesh point. Negative play for the Lancers.
And that's what we were talking about with the Rockets defense. Week 4, they also did this. So they start 4 guys on the line, bring up a 5th linebacker on the strong side, and that play they blitzed one as well, really overloading that strong side where we know the Lancers like to run the ball.
Hey, pushes like that on the D-line are really what's going to be able to keep them in the game. A lot of the Lancers offense has come from those big runs. Being able to stop those at the line of scrimmage and forcing 2nd and long and 3rd and long is really what's going to be able to keep them in this game.
One receiver each side here from Manitowoc Lutheran on a 2nd and 11. Play action. Looking, steps into the pocket, able to dive forward, able to get a positive gain on that by a miracle. 3rd and 10 again for the Lancers.
And another one of our keys to the game. Cedar Grove's got to get after Jay Minot. He's a talented athlete, and he'll use his arm if you give him time. So they got to get to the quarterback and make him scramble a little bit.
Joel Voigt checking into the game for Manitowoc Lutheran. Ball on the 40, 3rd and 10. You wonder if they were going to stop here, does Cedar Grove burn a timeout this early? Snap to Ott. 3-step drop, steps into the pocket. Looking, doesn't have many options. Going to try upfield. Looking, out of bounds. As it looks like it's a catch down there by Mr. Jerky. That'll be on Sports Center later. 3 and out for Manitowoc Lutheran.
Let's really break down that catch. He tracked it all the way to his hands, using only his left hand and a little bow from him as well. You know, truly a star of the game.
Paul Durkee with the catch.
Even Mr. Pouts is acknowledging our media director here at Lutheran High.
Hey, Logan, make sure you write that down in the stats.
Yeah, right here. 1 target, 1 reception as Schupels lines up this punt. Lancers bringing it in with the Gunners. And we might see what the penalty flag is here on Manitowoc Lutheran. Here comes a return. Left side, Knight going to get a decent return. Oh, fumbled out of bounds. My guess is illegal formation here. Maybe an illegal shift with Voigt coming in on the line of scrimmage. We'll see here. They're going to get an illegal formation. So I think that might be a retry of the kick.
Yeah, Lancers trying to protect against a block punt here that would set Cedar Grove up for a quick score to end the half. So really just bringing all their guys in and just trying to get the ball away as quick as possible.
Just over 3.5 minutes left, and Lancers are looking like they're going to punt again it.
4th and 15.
Clock starts up again. Ball on the 35. Little more ability for Cedar Grove to get a return here. Still pack in like they did on the last punt, though. Schupel's punt is up and away, high in the air, not as much distance as the last one. Fair catch called for, and dropped, but did not hit the ground, so he is entitled to the ball. Cedar Grove football, 1st and 10 on the 40-yard line.
That could have been big there. Really trusted his hands to grab it at the end there. Lancers were encroaching on that.
And as that Lancers drive stalls, Cedar Grove now has another chance with 3 minutes and 15 seconds left to try and get a score here before halftime.
4 receivers again. It's going to be all gas, no brakes here for Cedar Grove, trying to close out the half strong. Snap to Schmitz. All day back there. Wow. Going to fire across the middle. Incomplete. Oh, Schupels had a chance in the deflection. 2nd down here for the Rockets.
That was extremely well blocked. I don't think I've seen a quarterback get that much time in the pocket in high school before.
Yeah, one of the linebackers they had in a spy said, fine, I'll do it myself, and went and blitzed off the edge to make Schmitz get rid of that ball. Schupels, though, with great coverage to deflect it off and make an incomplete pass there.
3:06 left in this first half. Manitowoc Lutheran with a 4-score lead. Hillblink in motion. They might get Hillblink for an illegal motion across the middle. It's intercepted! Tristan Halse intercepts this. They're going to get, I think, an illegal shift or motion. Hillblink was coming towards the line of scrimmage on the snap. That's illegal. Tristan Halse, what a pick.
Yeah, I don't think Tristan Halse didn't even know he caught the ball at first. He looked for a run and then decided to play the safe option and drop to the ground. A true coach's kid there. They're 1 in a million.
All of that coming from a coach's kid right here. So now, with that quick interception, Manitowoc Lutheran now has 3 minutes
We'll
to try and get a score before halftime.
7-yard line, 1st and 10, Lancers.
Yeah, I think, don't want to jinx, but they're kind of going for the kill here. 35 points at halftime. Starts the second half with a running clock. They can really punch their ticket to level 4 with a touchdown and a PAT here. Handoff inside, Wagner. Gain of about 3 yards. No need for any flashy material here in the final 3 minutes of the first half.
2nd and 7.
Look at, there was a pile in front of Wagner there that he kind of had to jump over just to get past the line of scrimmage, and was kind of met as he was landing. Kind of took a hard fall there too, was a little slow to get up.
And this Lancers offensive line, they really have proved themselves throughout the season. They're willing to go to war for their backs, and they proved it right there.
2 running backs again here for Manitowoc Lutheran, receivers each side. Snap handoff left side. Schupels again, bouncing out that tackle. He's on the line. Schupels, gets tripped up after a nice gain of about 19 yards.
That moves the ball up to the 36-yard line.
Strong run there from Schupels. Sets up the first down as we just enter under 2 minutes left to go here. Lancers had the ball on their 36-yard line.
Going back over to the town of Darlington. Darlington up 28-7 with 6:08 left in the first half. Darlington looking to put the finishing on Belleville. There's a run outside. Wagner. It's knocked out of bounds backwards. Just keeps the clock running.
Isaac Wagner.
As it looks like the level 4 opponents are getting pretty close to being decided here at the end of each first half.
Yeah, and that game happens at a neutral site, remember. Looks like they decided that game to take place on the turf field at Kewaskum. That's about an hour and a half drive from here, and about 2 hours away from any opponent.
As I said before, it's playoff football. Anything can happen. But that's what's about to happen right here. Wagner up the middle again.
Strong run there. Got another push from his offensive lineman too, as we are approaching running under a minute here, and he will be just short of a first down. We'll see how Coach Hulse decides to play this.
The ball up to the 26.
Clock will run. We'll see. Maybe
Lancers still have two timeouts, so we'll see. Do they try to end the half, or are they trying to get some more points?
Maybe try a couple shots to the end zone. We'll see. Under 30 to go here in this first half. They're just going to keep it on the ground. Wagner inside, driving, trying to get as much yards as possible. Solid, they're about to gain it too.
And now Coach Hulse will call his second timeout. Stops the clock with about 17 seconds. So from about the 25-yard line, we have about time for maybe 2 or 3 plays here. If you're trying to save up for a field goal, we do know that Josiah Martin, the kicker for the Lancers, has attempted 4 field goals on the year. He has converted on 3 of those, but they were all pretty short distance, I think within 35 yards. From right here, this will be about a 42-yard field goal. So we'll see how Coach Hulse tries to play this.
I'll maybe throw this in there. He has hit from 50 in warm-ups before.
Oh, but warm-ups
Your
warm-ups count.
I know it's the wind, and it was all warm-ups. I mean, it's still impressive from that was last year. Josiah Martin got a heck of a leg for being only a junior. It'll be interesting to see how they utilize him next year as he only grows stronger and bigger and quicker, even in that starting running back spot as well.
2nd and 8.
And Lancers coming back onto the field. A little bit more of a spread offense this time. Doubles on each side with Schupels in the backfield. A lot of room over there on the right side. Looks like we got man coverage over there.
A pump fake to Wagner. Wide open Wesley Pecker. Oh my goodness, that was a little bit one of those fox plays by the Lancers. 34-0.
Probably a good thing Wesley caught that. I don't think his brother would let him ever live that down if he dropped that easy of a touchdown.
Yeah, Cedar Grove, bit hard on the bubble screen, got a little bit over aggressive there, trying to stop anything that they thought might be coming. Hecker slipped behind the defense, wide open, had his hand up, saw him, made a perfect throw to the end zone. And Lancers looking to go up 5 scores here as we end the first half.
Hecker's second touchdown reception on the night. Ott's fourth. Lolo's been in trouble with the snap. Ott hops on top of it. No worries there. Defense cannot score on a PAT. But that doesn't mean there's no running clock starts second half. So we might be here for a little longer than people are intending. Regardless, I don't think anyone's going to complain being up 34-0 at the half here, gentlemen.
Yeah, great start for the Lancers. Cedar Grove, though, they're going to go into halftime. They got to find something that they can grab onto and try and find some momentum here.
As you've been saying all day, Casey, Cedar Grove does get the ball to start the half, so they'll have an opportunity early to put some points up on the board, and they're receiving the ball right now, so maybe a chance to get the ball in towards the end zone.
Stay tuned for halftime. We also have our interviews with 2 members of the state championship qualifiers, Lutheran Lady Lancers. We'll have Micaiah Krause and Lily Melhorn up here in just a few minutes, so stick around for that.
12 seconds, call 12 seconds left in the first half. We'll see how both sides play it. Probably run about 4 or 5 seconds off the clock, and then probably just want to take a knee if you're Cedar Grove and take no risks on a fumble or anything like that. Ball on the right hash once again for Martin, but Stevens will kick it instead. Picked up just outside the 20-yard line. He'll go out of bounds right around the 35 with 8 seconds to play in this first half.
Yeah, what do you guys do here? 8 seconds left, down almost 5 scores, 5 full touchdowns. Do you just take a knee and go into half, or do you try to run a play here?
I don't think that you can risk having Lutheran put more points on the board with a pick 6 or something. I think you just got to play this safe, go to halftime, and figure out what's going wrong for your offense.
Yeah, like you said, just keep the deficit where it is. You get the ball started second half.
And once again, we are wrong. Cedar Grove, with 5 receivers spread out, looks like they will be taking a shot at something deep here. And never mind, they were running up the middle. Hillbilink has a little head of speed, but is caught down after about 12 yards.
Schmitz does have an arm on him. Haven't been able to see the max range of his arm. They're just inside the 50-yard line. We'll see what kind of tricks they have up their sleeve here. But he does have the ability to scramble too, so we'll see how that can impact their play calling here.
Yeah, 3 seconds here. This will have to be your last play, so it's end zone or bust here. Chance here for Schmitz to show off his arm. Probably going to be throwing in the direction of Griffin Knight, trying to make a play from him. Yeah, we'll see how this plays out to end the half.
Lancers come out with their deep defensive set. Looks like they are going 3 deep on safeties, but plenty of pressure up at the line still. Not going to give him time to, get the receivers down deep.
2-man rush. Schmidt's going to step into one. Looks like he can get it there. Pass deep. Wagner dropped it. Doesn't matter. Dale heads to the locker room. Lancers 34. Rockets 0. What a start to this level 3 game by the Manitowoc Lutheran Lancers.
Looking ahead to your halftime schedule here, we will have a performance by the Lancer dance team. We will run some ads from our sponsors and then that interview with the volleyball team. Stay tuned.
Fans, for your halftime enjoyment, please welcome the MLHS dance team. The dance team is made up of juniors Jocelyn Carls, Hannah Kuntzman, and Camille Schrader, sophomore Evelyn Meeks, and freshman Stella Schrader. The dance team is coached by Abby Bozen. This routine was choreographed by Captain Camille Schrader. Ladies and gentlemen, the MLHS dance team. team.
Full sports coverage on Lancer Broadcasting is brought to you in part by Matchpoint Performance Center. At Matchpoint Performance Center, we are committed to delivering exceptional training in volleyball, basketball, softball, soccer, fitness, and golf for athletes across all skill levels. We offer day passes and monthly memberships for the services at our facility, which includes basketball shooting machine cages, pickleball, fitness center, gym, golf simulators, and recovery room. Our mission is to enable athletes to reach their maximum potential through personalized training designed to help you achieve your personal goals. The Lancer Postseason Action is brought to you by B&B Metals. Do you have metal waste? Do you have a junk car? Head on over to www.bnbmetals.com to learn everything you need to know about B&B Metals for all your metal needs. Here you can find all the services that we offer. A stop in our shop at Pioneer Road in Wisconsin. Our phone number is 920-693-8261. 920-693-8261.
I am here with two members of the Lady Lancer volleyball team, Micaiah Krause and Lily Melhorn. Congratulations on your victory today, guys. First, take us through your path through the playoffs and today's match.
Yeah, so thank you guys, and thanks to everyone who came and supported. So this morning, bright and early at 8 a.m., we played a team of Barron, and it was a really fun match, and we were really excited. We prepared all week for it, and we came out not really, we knew the team, but we didn't know what was going to go on, and we swept them in 3, so it was exciting. They're a super good team, and we just played really well. It was exciting.
Awesome. And what are the differences when you're playing at those state matches? I know the floor is different, bigger venue. How is that different?
Yeah, I think it's a really fun venue to play in. It's such an amazing court to play on. The crowd is amazing. The atmosphere is just good. All around, it's a great experience.
Awesome. And both the football team and the volleyball team have had amazing seasons so far. Have you guys kind of fed off of each other's success this year?
Yeah, I totally agree. We definitely have, because even just the other day we had that pep rally for both the football and volleyball team, and it's just so amazing that we're both succeeding so much right now. And just Mr. Hulse brought up the other day that we're one of 2 teams that both have their volleyball team and their football team still playing, and I think that's just amazing. And it's really it's nice to see each other. The whole volleyball team is here tonight cheering the football team on, and the entire football team was probably there this morning too. And it's just really cool being able to see each other support each other through it all.
That's awesome. And obviously you guys won state last year. How does that experience from last year kind of help you guys this year as you're back at state?
I think at first there was a little pressure, and I think once we got to state, we kind of settled down a bit. We're starting to just play our style and have fun doing it. And yeah, Lacey tells us every game, now it's time to play your game. Play Manitowoc Lutheran volleyball, and I think that's a big help going forward into this championship game.
And with the state, you also have a lot of media there as well. With the success of both programs, a lot of media has been at Manitowoc Lutheran High School for your practices, for your games. How does that make you guys feel? Does it make you nervous? Does it make you excited? How does it make you feel?
I definitely think there's a slight nervousness to it, but once you get used to it a little bit, you kind of just take it in flow, and you just end up just focusing on your team and your play and stuff, and you just calm out the outside noise and just play your game. And it's just super cool because we have had all the media here, and your brother, for example, just taking his pictures, and we're super thankful for it, and it's just super fun, and it just amps up the experience times 10. It's just super cool.
Awesome. And it also amps up the experience as the fans. Lancer Nation showed up today. They won the Rush the Rest ticket contest for the 2nd consecutive year. What does their support mean to you guys?
Well, I don't know. It really means everything. We couldn't do it without Lancer Nation behind us, and it's really good to know that we have a family that is so supportive of us, and they're behind us whether we win or lose. And yeah, it means so much to see them both at the Rush and now here tonight, and hopefully continuing on tomorrow and for the football game in the future if there is one.
Awesome. Well, guys, they play tomorrow at 2:30 at the Resch Center. You can get tickets online. Use the link in the Instagram or on Facebook to get those tickets, and be there tomorrow to cheer them on.
Lancer Postseason Action is brought to you by B&B Metals. Do you have metal waste? Do you have a junk car? Head on over to www.bnbmetals.com to learn everything you need to know about B&B Metals for all your metal needs. Here you can find all the services that we offer. Or stop in our shop in Pioneer Road in Newton, Wisconsin. Our phone number is 920-693-8261. 920-693-8261. Full sports coverage on Lancer Broadcasting is brought to you in part by Matchpoint Performance Center. At Matchpoint Performance Center, we are committed to delivering exceptional training in volleyball, basketball, softball, soccer, fitness, and golf for athletes across all skill levels. We offer day passes and monthly memberships for the services at our facility, which includes basketball shooting machine cages, pickleball, fitness center, gym, golf simulators, and recovery room. Our mission is to enable athletes to reach their maximum potential through personalized training designed to help you achieve your personal goals.
Welcome back to Coach Heydrich Field. If you're just joining us, you missed a lot. A pretty action-packed first half for the Lancers as they take a 34-0 lead into the third quarter. Logan, let's talk a little bit about what we saw from the Lancers in the first half.
Well, Trent Drupel's first rush of about 60, 70 yards or so really kicked off things for the Lancers offense on the ground. And then Jamin Hott able to complete some short passes, first to Noah Dillon and then to Wesley Ecker for touchdowns, but then long passes to Noah Dillon down the seam, and then Wesley Ecker on that little trickery play. So it's just been an offensive clinic for Mantle Lutheran in this first half.
Yeah, and Mantle Lutheran also had a blocked punt that set them up in the red zone that they were able to convert on for their second touchdown of the game. And Cedar Grove's offense has just been stalling. Not a lot of yardage for them. They taking sacks, taking plays for a loss. Just not a lot going their way, but we'll see if they made any halftime adjustments to get themselves back into this game.
Yeah, down early, and of course the wind's picking up now up to 14 miles per hour, headed dead south. The throwing game could be difficult, but down 34, what other options do you have?
Not many. It's, like I said, the wind is a factor. It'll be blowing against, looks like it'll be blowing against the throw of Carter Schmitz to start this half. Excuse me, I need to get my directions down. Those are really my skill set, but Carter Schmitz will have the win, but then it'll be against him in the fourth quarter. See how they utilize that to their advantage to start the half.
Yeah, Cedar Grove out there already. You can tell that they're fired up for this game. Their coach definitely put some fire in their hearts, letting them know that this is it. They have one half of football left in this year.
Lancers taking the field here to kick off to start the second half. So we still have a minute and a half left on the clock. We'll see if the refs will eliminate that, or if they're going to make them wait out there and stare at each other.
I hope not. I don't know about you guys, but it's getting cold up here. Feels like temperature's 31. That's too cold for November.
I think there's snow in the forecast the rest of the weekend, so it might not be a happy weekend for you, Josh, if this is the way it's going to go.
So you can answer at home. Volleyball is taking on LPS for the state game. You know, there are some LPS alumni here on our football coaching staff. How many do you think there are, guys? Any thoughts?
I know there's at least a couple. I know Aaron Krause is one of them. He was my principal at Bethany, so I know he went to LPS. I know Mr. Hockmuth went to LPS too. That makes two.
And then the coordinators, Coach Halse and Coach Hochmuth, were friends down at LPS as well. So I think we come to a cumulative of 4, not mistaken.
All right, did you guys look at my notes? How did you know all that?
You told us pregame, Josh. But yeah, 4 members of the coaching staff went to Luther Prep tomorrow, so they'll have to put aside their alumni status there to cheer for the Lancers as they take on LPS tomorrow at 2:30. Looks like we are ready for kickoff here. Josiah Martin kicks it off into the wind. Little pooch kick on the left side.
Nice running catch by Hillblank. Able to stay in bounds, get about another 2-3 yards, brings about to 37 of Cedar Grove. And here comes the offense and quarterback Carter Schmitz.
We'll see if Cedar Grove is able to change anything at halftime, see if they have a different style of offense, different play calling, anything to try and get their offense going. I don't think they've had a drive go for more than about 20 or 30 yards yet, so they're looking for something big here.
Look for them to get Knight the ball in space, see what he can do with it down the stretch.
5 wide again, Hillblank in motion. They're going to run that Fitzgerald play again. Oh, nice little spin move. Right side. Just about the marker. They're going to give him the first down.
And that's exactly what you want coming out of half. A 10-yard play, picking up a first down, moving the chains. You can build on that as a drive. You go backwards, you go for 1 or 2. It's hard to build on that. A nice, solid play to start the drive really gives them some momentum to build on.
Lancers now trying to respond defensively. They have to put up a couple stops here. Can't let the Rockets get going.
1st and 10 from the 48 of Cedar Grove. Handoff left side, up the middle. Nice little gain. Called 6.5 yards there for Cedar Grove, Belgium.
Isaac Wagner with the tackle.
Cedar Grove's O-line looking like they're playing with a little bit more fire than they were towards the end of that second half. Some really strong blocks early, creating some big holes, holding their blocks and allowing them to get some good yardage plays to start this drive.
Noah Fictum comes in for Levi Welch at that tackle position. Hillblank motion once again. They're going to hand off inside Hillblank. There he goes up the middle. Works his way all the way up to about the 33 of Manitowoc Lutheran. Nice little run there by the junior.
That's enough for Rockets.
That's another first down for the Rockets. They're looking hot coming out this second half.
First and 10, 3 wide receivers to the right, 2 to the left here for Cedar Grove. Motion to the left. Another handoff inside. Nice way to come down the line by, looks like Tristan Halse. He's one of the leaders in TFLs in the conference, proving it right there.
Yeah, it looks like Cedar Grove is sticking their receivers outside to kind of take some pressure off of the box so they can have some numbers up there and have fewer men to beat. But there, Tristan Halse was just able to shed his blocker and get in the backfield for a loss of 1.
Before tonight, Tristan Halse leads the team with 3 sacks. Let's see if he can keep that up.
3 to the right, 1 to the left. Play action, Schmitz looking deep off the hands of his intended target. That'll bring up 3rd down.
Incomplete.
And
So
they
we got a late flag thrown on the play. We'll listen and see what that is.
Flag down on play.
Isaac Wagner trying to plead some sort of a case. Unless they're asking to decline the penalty. Aiden Krause looked very confused.
Officials meeting here at midfield. Kind of a long talk about this. It was a very late flag that was thrown, and here's the call.
They're getting unsportsmanlike.
Against the Lancers.
And Krause
Conduct penalty against the Lancers.
looks not happy with that. Goes back. You know, you don't want them to be doing NFL celebrations out here, but let the kids show some passion. A little bit of competitiveness.
Refs are definitely calling it close tonight, and as they should in a playoff game. Everything matters, and composure is part of the game. Some gang tackling from the Lancers ends up with a tackle for a loss of about 4.
That is, going back to that prior play, that is 2 postseasons in a row with unsportsmanlike by the Lancers. And you remember that barn burner in Reedsville last year. Fun to be part of the crowd. Regardless, Krause's a headstrong kind of kid. He'll bounce back from that for sure. And his teammates backed him up with that TFL there. Handoff Hillblank again, sticking to that run, trying to get outside. Colin Rounds can make the tackle there. Call it about a gain of 4 there, 4 to 5 yards by number 23.
Aiden Krause there getting blocked by his receiver, was able to shed that block and stop Hillblank before he was able to get around the corner and start up the sideline.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10 here, definitely don't have to get the first down. I think you guys would agree with me. This is where you go for it on 4. You get a couple yards and then you send your shot downfield.
So you have the opportunity to pull many tricks out of the bay. You could get a run for 4 or 5 and then go for it on 4th. You could try a screen or a shot to the end zone. Match up top of the screen. Play to the right. In trouble. They're going to check down, dropped. He had nothing but green grass if he catches that football.
That would have gone for at least a first down, if not more. There was not a red jersey in sight. Just couldn't hang on to the ball.
And not a bad pass either. Hit him almost square in the hands, and he just dropped it. That's what cold Wisconsin football will do to you. You can't feel your hands. Ball is hard. Makes all that focus even more important.
Another thing not working for the Rockets, they've burned up nearly 4 minutes on this drive. If you want to get back in this game, you have to have quick scoring drives. And this is almost a must convert here on 4th down and 10 from the 20.
5 receivers split out. Schmidt's alone in the backfield, takes the snap. Blitz from the Lancers, ball's up on the left side. Incomplete, dropped in the end zone. And the Lancers will take over on down.
That ball there, not only was it almost picked, it was almost caught for a touchdown after the pick.
I think, regardless of no score on the board, Rockets showed some resiliency on that play. Maybe they got a little help by that unsportsmanlike penalty. Even so, they probably had about a 50-yard drive go right there. They didn't carry that momentum into their defense, however.
And after that play, Aiden Krause came up looking upset with themselves for not picking that off. But if he would have picked that off, they would have been pinned down inside the 2-yard line. So kind of a good thing he didn't pick that off.
2 running backs here from Anton Lutheran. A little bit of a weird snap. Pulled the ball. He's going to take a slide. Should give him out the first. Oh, they're going to rule him short. They're going to rule he started his slide behind the line of scrimmage, leaving with a second and short.
Good spot by the line judge there. Able to correctly determine that Ott started his slide before the line and gave himself up before achieving the first down.
Pickup of 9 will bring
And now in a
up
second and short situation, you have a chance here to kind of maybe go for a deep ball here, knowing that you could probably get the first down on 3rd down.
Hand off inside, Wagner. Left side gets a block from Hecker. There he goes. Gonna cut it up. Beats up. This could be 1,000. There goes Wagner. All the way to the house. Touchdown, Isaac Wagner. Making his way towards Lancer football history.
Isaac Wagner with a very impressive run there. Hit the hole, bounced it outside, got a key block from Hecker, and he had 2 men to beat on the sideline. Stiff-armed one of them, broke the tackle on the other, and danced his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
This is going to be the senior's last game on Lancerfield no matter what. What a statement there by number 1, Isaac Wagner. I think the parents realize what just happened. What a season from number 1. Martin's PAT is right down the middle. 41-0 Manti Lou.
7-11 left in the 3rd quarter. Your score,
And it looks like Isaac Wagner was just told of his achievement, and his teammates are coming in to celebrate with him. All smiles on the red sideline.
Yeah, you mentioned it, Josh. A great accomplishment for Isaac Wagner. He earned it this year. He ran hard. He took a beating this year. But man, he lead this offense, and he had 1,000 hard-deserved yards.
That makes Isaac the 6th player, in Mantle Lutheran history to achieve 1,000 yards. As I said previously, first since Brockstown 2017. I think this also goes to show, and if you ask Isaac, he'll say it's on the O-line too. They might not get their name in the paper, but they put the work in for him this season.
At least when I played, I knew 100 yards meant the O-line was getting donuts. How many donuts does 1,000 yards get you?
The nearest Quick Trip might want to start stocking up on their glaciers, because that's going to be a lot of donuts coming from Isaac Wagner.
That, or if Isaac is super generous, maybe Hartman's Bakery down by Mammoth be getting a call tomorrow morning. We'll see.
Ooh, hard to say no to Hartman's Bakery. All right, Lancers lined up for the kickoff.
Kick here by Manti Lou. Gonna let it go out of bounds. Be an illegal procedure penalty. Cedar Grove about to start their second drive of the second half.
And I know we keep saying this, but down 41, what do you do now? That last drive showed some light, but still ended without a score.
Thank you, just need to put your best foot forward. This is where you really can just leave it on the field. This is unless a Colts-Vikings comeback happens, I think this one is all about over. And just chance for these seniors to get in the final 19 minutes, 11 seconds of football of high school.
Pitch outside, nowhere to go with it. He's still fighting, but it looks like the Lancers finally wrestled him down for a loss.
Great pursuit there from the Lancers, like they've shown all year. And looks like the Lancers have put in the second team on defense, the JV guys who getting a good chance to get some varsity action here in November.
And you forget, yeah, they might not be the starters, but these guys show up to practice and work just as hard. So nice of Coach Halls to let them get some game reps in this playoff game.
2nd and 15 here for Cedar Grove. Fitzgerald play again right there. What a stop. Gain about 2 or 3 there by Cedar Grove. Sets up about 3rd and 12.
Knapp with the reception. Nelson in on the tackle.
Nathaniel Nelson for the 2nd straight play.
Couple brings up 3rd and 13. Ball to 40.
Ball on the 41-yard line of Cedar Grove. Trying to convert here. Empty backfield. Snap down the middle of the field. That is picked off, Krause. Gonna try to get to the hash marks. He does. Oh, Cedar Grove plays themselves out. 2 men to beat. Krause, right sideline. Out of bounds, just outside of the red zone. Way to cap off his first start.
We talked about it pregame with Muchka being out. Krause was the one that had to step up. And although he was in there with the second teamers, he just made a big play there on a big 3rd down and returned it all the way back down inside the 20. A great play there by Krause.
And the Lancers with yet again good field position, starting this time at about the 23, looks like 22 on the scoreboard. We'll see if they can get 7 again.
22-yard line, 1st and 10, Lancers.
Looks like they got a couple of the first team offensive players still out there for Manitowoc Lutheran. Got to remember too, Manitowoc Lutheran, their starters have barely played into the second half of all these games due to the running clock. And things like that probably won't happen against teams like Darlington and Edgar and Regis. So probably want to get these guys more reps further into the game than in past weeks. There's a nice little run there.
Yeah, of course, Logan, we've been saying that for weeks, and somehow we're wrong every single time. So who knows what's going to happen. So definitely will be an interesting game next week.
As we mentioned, level 4 will be the winner of this game versus the winner of Darlington and Bellevue down in Kewaskum.
Lancers break the huddle, going up to the line now. 2 backs behind Jay Minot.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of running here. I've got a small feeling of that. As Schupels
with the run.
stood up again. Looks like the ball might have scored it out. Referee, official, ruling him down before the ball came out. 3rd and very short.
In last week's game, the Lancers built an early lead and then ended up fumbling the ball 4 times. So you got to think a point of emphasis here is hold on to the ball, milk some clock, and just skate your way to a victory without any wrongdoing.
Handoff inside. Looks like Jamin tried pulling the ball. Josiah hung on. Looks like they're going to mark him just short again.
It's like 4th and about an inches. Guys, is this where you pull out the tush push?
Martin with the carry.
I mean, I'd like to see it.
If Jamin Knott could squat 500 pounds, I'd say go for it. It looks like they are going to keep the offense out there and go for this 4th and short. We'll see what Coach Halls calls here.
Yeah, same 2 wide receivers, 2 running back look. And inside. Looks like he got it pretty easily. Refs. Oh, the whistle pretty. That'll be
Schupels with the carry.
10-yard line, so they still have the opportunity to get another first down. It's not a goal-to-go situation yet.
That moves the ball up to the 11-yard line. That's a Manitowoc Lutheran Lancer. First down.
So we are just aside 2 minutes to play in this 3rd quarter. Save from Lutheran High. Gonna run a little bit of counter. Shootpell's up the middle. Touchdown, Lutheran High.
Shoot for the touchdown.
Adding on as this clock keeps running, 47-0 Lutheran High.
A great showing that drive from the offensive line. Great pushes, great blocks, great holding of the. An awesome drive from the O-line. And now the Lancers looking to go up 48-0.
Lancers have really put on a clinic both offensively and, defensively as well, but this offense just can't be stopped today, and looks like Cedar Grove, Belgium is already starting to think about the warm bus ride home.
Kick is away, it is good.
It's good.
48-0 here at the final game of the inaugural Coach Heydrich Field this year. Could have asked for a better season to have it on.
Talking about Coach Heydrich Field, let's have another trivia question. You guys can't answer as fast. Let the people at home think about it. How many different fields have the Lancers hosted a home playoff game on? And guess what? The answer is not one.
Drop your answer in the comments if you are watching online. How many different fields played a home playoff game on?
While people are thinking Lancers lining up for another kickoff, up 48, I know that this sideline's already getting excited. And don't forget, Lancer Sports don't end tonight. Tomorrow, the girls take on LPS in the state final for volleyball.
Yes. Line at the link in the MLHS Instagram or Facebook, or if you aren't able to be streamed online, so look at the links for those as well.
Kick received there by Hillblink once again. Going to run to the left side. They got the middle, left side again. Breaking tackles all the way up to the 48-yard line of Cedar Grove. It's a good thing and kind of a hard thing at the same time is, you go so far in the playoffs. Your next sports start pretty soon. Volleyball, after their game tomorrow, the girls start basketball on Monday. If the guys make it all the way to Camp Randall, they'll actually miss a whole week of basketball practice. So it's a good thing and a bad, I don't want to say a bad thing either, but definitely some conflicts of interest could definitely happen for sure.
It's a blessing and a curse making it far into the playoffs like that. But I know these guys have been putting up their shots, the guys who play basketball on the football team, as run by Hillblink up the middle. He's got some room, kicks it back to the outside. He picks up a good gain there, goes out of bounds at about 32-yard line, and
oh my God,
just got pushed out of bounds and hit a pole hard. That did not look good. We really hope that he is okay. He is in some serious pain on the ground.
Unfortunate for Hillblink, that was a perfectly clean hit there by DeMarco.
Yeah, we'll see if they pick up the flag, but initially, just because of that, how it looked initially, just with that pole being there, we hope he's okay, continuing the game, getting some help from his teammates in the train as he limps off the field.
Yeah, that's one of the things that happens with having the rope right there. I know there have been multiple times where some guys have taken out the stake. Other close calls, but we hope Hillblink's okay. That's not something you want to wish on your opponent.
So that will be a personal foul on the Lancers, adding 15 yards onto the end of that run. And looks like they're going to let the clock run out here at the end of the third quarter. And we will see their first snap from the red zone after this break.
And that's the end of the third quarter with your score. The Manitowoc Lutheran Lancers 48.
End of three quarters here at Lancer Circle. Lancers 48, CGB 0 as Lancers are 12 minutes away from 0-4.
At the Resch. You work the entire event. Lutheran High received.
Full sports coverage on Lancer Broadcasting is brought to you in part by Matchpoint Performance Center. At Matchpoint Performance Center, we are committed to delivering exceptional training in volleyball, basketball, softball, soccer, fitness, and golf for athletes across all skill levels. We offer day passes and monthly memberships for the services at our facility, which includes basketball shooting machine cages, pickleball, fitness center, gym, golf simulators, and recovery room. Our mission is to enable athletes to reach their maximum potential through personalized training designed to help you achieve your personal goals. Lancer postseason action is brought to you by B&B Metals. Do you have metal waste? Do you
Top of the fourth quarter here. Coach Hedrick fielders the run to the outside by Cedar Grove. Able to struggle. Hard run for about 2 yards. Brings up 2nd and 8.
And bringing it back to that question, how many different fields have the Lancers hosted a home playoff field on? I know you guys know the answers, but if you didn't, what would be your guess?
Well, obviously here we have formerly known as Lancer Field. Coach Heydrich Field has hosted a playoff game for the Lancers. I know they also played one over at Municipal Field, which is where Manitowoc Lincoln and Roncalli play their home games in Manitowoc. I'm not sure about the other two, though.
My original guess was 3 because I saw somewhere sometime that Reedsville was a home site for Lutheran High during the playoffs, but I know I'm probably wrong anyways, Josh.
Well, the correct answer is 4. You guys guessed 3 of them. The last one was Deerfield. Up until 2013, Coach Heydrich Field, then known as Lancer Forum, didn't have enough seats, nor did it have a fence around it. So playoff games weren't able to be hosted here. So glad that we have that here so we can host games here right next to the high school.
A little bit of Lance history too in the WIA era. First time ever making it to level 3. About to be to level 4 as well. History keeps getting made here. As there's running outside of Cedar Grove. And they're going to get in, breaking the ice on the shutout.
Knapp with the run.
Touchdown, Cedar Grove.
Cedar Grove finally able to break the plane, get in the end zone. Could have used a little bit more of that earlier in this game. Student section over there pretty happy about that touchdown. Like to see them having fun even in a blowout like this. Looks like they'll just settle for the regular extra point here.
Snap good, hold good, kick is up. Right through the uprights.
And the kick is good.
Makes the score 48-7 here in the fourth quarter.
The Manitowoc Lutheran Lancers 48, the Cedar Grove Belgium Rockets 7.
And maybe that score breathes some life into the Cedar Grove Belgium Rockets. As they kick off, Lancers are looking for another score to continue their dominance throughout this game.
Score update from southwest of the state. Same score as halftime, 34-14. Darlington holding the lead over Belleville. Got to give credit to Belleville. They've been known as kind of the Cinderellas of Division 6. They were an 8 seed that made it all the way to level 4 last year. They're a 7 seed this year, making it all the way to level 3. Nice couple seasons there for that squad.
Lancers lined up in an onside kick recovery form here. We'll see how Cedar Grove decides to play this. And they do indeed just kick it deep. Isaac Wagner, the lone one back there, just catches it on a knee. No need to take any risks here. And the Lancers will start this drive at about the 15-yard line.
Just getting to the 10-minute mark. It is running clock, so obviously incomplete passes won't stop the clock. Still expect a lot of runs, though, from the Lancers. Just keep the ball safe. Don't even give a chance for the Rockets to come back.
And the Lancers are no stranger to these blowout games. They outscored their opponents this year by a combined 389 points. That is just remarkable from this Lancer team, both the offense and the defense.
It's like Aiden Krause, the second-string quarterback, coming in. Get some varsity reps here in this playoff game as that run is shut down about a yard behind the line of scrimmage.
And looks like they have fully substituted the second-team offense in there now as well. Good chance for these guys who will probably have some looks at varsity reps next year to get some experience
Loss of the
against
yard brings up
a
second
very
and
strong
11.
Cedar Grove team. Even their second team looks pretty large out there.
Yeah, next time you'll be seeing this Lancer team on Coach Hedrick Field, you'll probably be seeing number 9 at the helm at quarterback.
And especially with these younger guys taking some reps, you let the starters sit on the side, get some rest in. Notable injuries are Muchka, and then looks like Blake Ott took off his pads earlier in the game and has been in the sling on the sideline since. Hopefully he can play next week.
Hey, Krause pulled it on the option there, kept it himself, called his own number, and was able to gain about 5 or 6 yards. 3rd and 4 coming up for this Lancer second team offense.
Say, those of you tuning in the live stream, don't leave. As soon as the game is over, the Lancers will be presented their sectional champion plaque. So please stick around to watch the plaque presentation at the conclusion of this ball game. High snap there. Krause pulls the ball. Gonna get outside. Gain about 2 yards.
Krause with the keeper.
That'll bring a 4th down. And they're calling on the punting unit.
And looks like this will be the 3rd punt of the night for the Lancers as we enter
Pickup of
just over
about
halfway
3.
through
Brings up
the
a
4th quarter.
and 1. Ball to 24.
We'll see how Cedar Grove plays these final 7.5 minutes. If they'll try to take some shots, try to get some dignity points back, or those run it out, and if they do stick to the ground, that'll likely be the last possession of the ball game.
Last year in the playoffs, Cedar Grove and Manitowoc Lutheran were both knocked out by the same Lomira team. And it looks like we have a flag before this punt will happen. We'll see what that is. But yeah, last year Lomira knocked out Manitowoc Lutheran and Cedar Grove in back-to-back levels 2 and 3. So it's looking like this will be a second consecutive year where Cedar Grove has failed to advance past level 3 of the playoffs. But this will be the first time in school history that Lutheran appeared in a level 3 playoff game and won that level 3 game to appear in a level 4 game. So school history being made all around the field tonight.
A high snap to Shoe Pals. Ball is loose. Gonna try to have him back on top of it. That's gonna be picked up by Cedar Grove. They're gonna rule him short at about the half-yard line. As should see about 1 play and in for the Rockets.
So the Rockets will get the ball at about their 2-yard line. First and goal.
Definitely not ideal for the Lancers. Wanted to punt it deep there and kind of drain the rest of this clock. Looks like they might end up getting the ball back after all.
Kind of flip-flopping how we started this game. Cedar Grove was having the miscues on the special teams, and now Manitowoc Lutheran has a miscue that sets up Cedar Grove in prime position to score.
Schmitz rolls out left, trying to find a receiver. Finds him right there. Touchdown, Cedar Grove. But
Pass caught by Noah Lukin.
and yes, they will
for
stop the clock
touchdown.
for the score. But after the kickoff, it'll start right back up again. Schmitz able to get a passing touchdown here in this final game of the 2025 campaign.
And after that touchdown pass, Schmitz and his receiver had a nice embrace, kind of looking back on their careers together as the extra point is up and good.
And the kick is good.
New score here at Coach Heidrich Field. 48-14, Lancers still lead. About 5.5 minutes left.
Rockets 14.
Once again, we're all talking about this historic night, or historic day. Lancer volleyball, Lancer football. Isaac Wagner just capping off an amazing season. He'll be able to extend that 1,000 yards next week as well.
A lot to be proud of certainly this weekend. And thank you again to all the Lancer fans who tuned into the live stream and also who showed up to the game tonight. Stands are looking pretty full even on a cold night like tonight. Glad to see the Lancer family still strong.
Wagner and Hecker will be back to return the kick. One of the things that they tried doing the last drive is trying to work the play clock as much as possible before they snap the ball. Don't have to run any unnecessary plays with the running clock. So here comes the kick right to left. Looks like that'll be Wagner's ball to field. Catches it about the 10-yard line and take a couple steps. Then accelerates. Left side. Oh, there he goes. Along the left side outside the numbers. Have a night, Isaac Wagner. Touchdown.
Isaac Wagner kind of stuttered stepped as he caught that ball, waited for his hole to open up, and he hit it hard and was untouched on the sideline until he got to the goal line there. Strong pursuit from number 5, almost caught up to him, but just a tad too late. And an already historic night for Isaac Wagner becomes even more historic. I think that's the first kick return touchdown for the Lancers in playoff history.
I believe you're correct there, Casey. Just, wow. Not many words can describe what's happening here at Lutheran High this fall.
Up 40, looking to make it 41. The Lancers are sitting pretty on top. Not much can happen in this game to miss them out of this win, and that kick is good, making the score 55-14. Lancers up.
Left-handed ball game, your new score.
Well, we thought the Lancers were going to have an opportunity to milk some clock there, but Isaac Wagner said, no, I want another touchdown. You know he wasn't going to go out there with the second-team offense, so he just said, I'm going to take my one chance to score, and he did.
Yeah, we'll be lucky if the Lutheran broadcasting lets us back after tonight. We've been wrong about so much, about how Cedar Grove's going to play the last 7:30. They get the ball inside the 2. How the Lancers going to play the last 5 minutes. Isaac Wagner scores. Just give the Lancers an A+. Give the commentators probably about a C- tonight.
Hey, C's get degrees, though. Remember that.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But we appreciate any opportunity to come back and support the high school that gave so much to all 3 of us in our time here.
Yeah. Also gives the kids who usually do this broadcast a chance to go be in the student section tonight and cheer on their classmates. And we are more than happy to be up here and commentate some playoff football.
And Lancers lining up for the kick. Deep kick, caught, headed down the right sideline, hits a hole, it's out of bounds around the 43.
Knight with the return.
Nice little return there by Knight. You can tell that Cedar Grove calls their kick returns to either sides. Obviously a right return there. As we're T-minus 4:53 till the Lancers heading to level 4.
Or maybe Charlie Goldman knocked him out of bounds. First and 10,
And at
Rockets.
4.5 minutes, Rockets get the ball back, coming out in an empty set, looking to pass the ball. Low snap there, rolls out to his right, misses his receiver, second down.
Hey, Carter Schmitz has not had a lot of opportunities to show off his athleticism tonight, and that was one of our keys to the game that we mentioned earlier. They need to keep him contained in the pocket, and I think he's only had about 3 or 4 scrambles. The rest of the time, they've got to him quickly, knocked him down, or forced to throw an incompletion.
Second and 10 from the 39 at Cedar Grove. So under 4. On the backfield, more motion. Head off inside. You got the middle. Nice gain of about 4 yards. Brings up about 3rd and 6.
And even though it's sad, let's highlight how much these Cedar Grove seniors have done for their program. 4 years, lots of success going into the playoff. They can be proud of what they did here tonight, even if this last game is one they'd probably like to forget.
Yeah, Cedar Grove joined the Big East back in 2015, and since then, they have not had a finish worse than second place before this year when they finished 3rd. just overall dominance from them in the conference, but haven't been able to get a playoff run past the level 3. As here's a run that goes up the middle, bounces outside. That one will go for about 25 yards into Lancer territory.
Yeah, I gotta say just about playoff football, overall of high school, yes, you want to win state, yes, you want to win conference, but anything past week 9 is just extra. And it's a blessing to be able to get out on the field for another 48 minutes. Throw on the helmet one more time, throw on the pads one more time, get to run from the crowd one more time. And I know Cedar Grove understands that they have a football, don't only say the school's a persona, but they have a football tradition down at Cedar Grove. And this is a team that will consistently be in those Big East rankings. And no matter what, these seniors have still left the mark on the program down I-43.
Schmitz's pass is completed for about 5 yards there. Number 17, Owen Golke.
Golke with the catch. Isaiah Holtgrew with the tackle.
Second down.
Pickup of 6 brings up 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 to go. As we'll probably see, maybe if we're lucky, 3 plays, but more than likely 2 plays.
Yeah, that running clock makes, as Lancer fans are now all too accustomed to, on the winning side of that, those quarters go quickly. Ooh, a little bit of a big hit there, but he pops up, ready for the next play.
Wonder if we'll see a field rush here from the student section. They did it when they won conference at Reedsville. Do you think they impose fines at the high school level for field rushes? I'm not sure. Not like the SEC or anything like that.
We'll see. Maybe they'll take the goalpost down, throw it in the Manitowoc River.
Or, hey, we have a nice little retention pond sitting out there on the new addition, so maybe a little less of a walk, but
maybe a new level 3 tradition. Hey. Throw the goalpost in the retention pond.
Hey, we don't need it for another year, so I know your dad would be too happy with that, Josh. Not at all.
Hey, it has to come down for baseball season anyway, so might as well do it tonight.
And as we enter 30 seconds remaining in this ball game, Cedar Grove has a chance to run one last play. Doesn't look like they will, and the Lancer crowd now getting real loud as the time ticks down, and Manitowoc Lutheran is sectional champions for the first time in school history.
No one's sitting down here. Lancer Circle. So glad to see Lancer Nation, as you're talking about at halftime, come up. And now, Manitowoc Lutheran just one step closer to the coveted grounds of Camp Randall Stadium.
Stick around. We will have a presentation.
Now make sure you stick around too and watch the plaque presentation. These guys have worked hard for it, and they're excited to host it up and show it to the fans. Guys, what have you thought about this game?
The Lancers, they came out and got the job done. They didn't come out quiet. They didn't come out conservative. They scored a touchdown on the first possession. They blocked a punt on Cedar Grove's first possession. Just all-around solid football on all 3 aspects of the game: offense, defense, and special teams. And that's what you need. You need to be especially sound if you want to advance far to the playoffs.
Yeah, you said it, Logan. Manitowoc Lutheran excelled on all levels tonight. Looked like a really, really good football team as they now head down to the north end zone. They'll wait for Coach Hulse to finish his pregame or postgame handshakes and do his famous cartwheels into the players. But yeah, just a dominant showing here from the Lancers tonight. We thought this was going to be close. We thought this was going to be a battle in the trenches, and it was anything from that. 55-14, the final score here as post-game handshakes finish up, and we are just minutes away from the plaque presentation.
Definitely a surprise from all of us, as you can tell, of how often we were wrong. Thank you for sticking with us, though. Thank you for watching all season long. Be with us next week, and here comes Coach Hulse.
1, he only did one
tonight. The cold got to him. Did stretch beforehand.
No, I think Josh put it perfectly. Thank you for tuning in. Girls basketball around the corner, so stay tuned to Lancer YouTube page for more winter sports to come right around the corner.
Yeah, and remember, folks, Lady Lancer Volleyball tomorrow at 2:30 at the Resch. Be there or be supporting online. Stick around for the plaque presentation. We will be signing off for now. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your night.
Fans, we'd like to send this message to the Cedar Grove Belgium Rockets. Congratulations on a great season and a hard-fought game. You showed tremendous effort, sportsmanship, and character from start to finish. Though tonight didn't end the way you hoped, you can be proud of everything you've accomplished and the way you competed together as a team. Congratulations to the Cedar Grove Belgium Rockets on a great season. We'd also like to congratulate the Manitowoc Lutheran High School Lancers on an incredible performance and a well-deserved sectional championship. Your hard work, teamwork, and determination have paid off, and you've represented your school and community with pride. Enjoy this moment. You've earned it through dedication and heart all season long. Congratulations, Lancers! Hey fans, we also have one other note. A text sent to me